Yeah, obviously, Trevon, obviously 24 and 10 for you. Darius, the 8 assists, 4 of those were to Trevon. I guess first, Darius, can you just talk about, my bad, your connection with Trevon and how that's developed and how that kind of came to fruition today?
Yeah, we've been working on it for a little while now. I feel like y'all ain't even seen all of it for real. We're gonna keep continuing it, and you seen it tonight. Every time I throw it to him, he either score, or he get it back himself, or he score. So yeah, love playing with him for sure.
And then Trevon, just for you, just can you talk about your relationship on the court with Darius and how that kind of helped you do what you did today?
I mean, I'm just saying we just been working at it in practice throughout games. It didn't come easy. We were 9, 10 games in. So we're just getting that chemistry together. Me and him, but even more as a team. And when we're clicking as a team, we're a hard team to beat. So.
Go ahead.
Trevon, big scoring game for you inside now, but how about some of the defensive plays down the stretch, a block shot, some deflections, big defensive rebounds? Talk about that hustle aspect of it, the closeout.
I mean, the block shot, I thought they were going to call it goaltend the way the game was going, but man, I'm just doing what I know I have to do to help my team win, and down the stretch, nobody's trying to break down defensively, especially defensively, so I was just trying to be solid defensively, and it worked out in my favor.
Well, Darius, your offense hitting some threes, but also getting downhill, always pushing in transition, but some bully ball finishes for you in this game as well. Did you feel like you had an advantage against their guards with your physicality?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I always got an advantage. It's just all about having confidence and just knowing how to play, knowing when to drive it, knowing when to kick it back to him or anybody on the team, or just knowing when to pass it. I feel like that's what I'm still learning when to pass and when to shoot. So I got it going a little bit tonight, but yeah, it was good.
You're right next to him. TV, that the block, you come down on the other end. I think you're like smiling and bouncing on your toes. Carter's punching you in the chest. Just what was that moment like to have that type of defensive impact and I guess too with the opponent, given how the last season ended?
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously emotional game for us. The way it ended last year. This was 100% a personal game. Especially for the returners, I know. And we had this one circled, so it just feels good to get the dub, and you just seen all the emotions come out from the team at the end.
How quick change? Because I mean, Toppin still scored 15 in the second half, but it seemed like just a little bit more difficult for him. What did you guys do after halftime?
I mean, to be honest, we just stopped doubling them because we was getting too many rotations, and they were getting fly threes. So we just saying, make him beat us with twos, and they couldn't beat us with twos. So.
Okay, we'll stay in the front row over there.
Yeah, Trevon, 5 minutes left. You're laying down on the court, pretty heavy. Just what was it kind of like to go play in this back and forth game?
I was definitely tired. I was just giving myself a little breather. I do that just to stop the game a little bit. Slow the game down. So that's all it was.
Let's go in the back.
Yeah, for both of you guys, Carter Knox had I think 20 points as well. What did you guys see out of him today, able to capitalize and, like you said, get that revenge from last year?
Yeah, that's who we know who he is, and he showed it tonight. His shot making ability is crazy. But yeah, like I said, that's who Carter is. We know that. He showed y'all tonight, but we've been knowing for sure.
Okay, second row right here.
Darius, you mentioned after the North Little Rock game that while you were on the team last year, kind of heard what Trevor just said, this was personal. What was it like to be a part of a win like this with teammates that played this team last year and had a chance to be in this game today?
Yeah, it felt great. Not even for me, for them. I wanted to get that win for them. I know they was hurt last year. I was hurt watching it for them because they had the game for sure. But that's out the window now. We got the win, so that's all I'm thinking about.
Everyone over here.
Yeah, Darius, just a second straight game going up against veteran guards. I guess how did it feel to go toe-to-toe with them and come out on top second time in a row?
Yeah, it's always good. Like I said, I'm just trying to win. I'm not out there, playing, I'm just trying to win for them, my whole team. And, just like you said, it's coming out with the W. That's my main focus. That's my approach every game.
And one one's right here in the front.
With Toppin being a sub 50% free throw shooter, was there ever any discussion that there'd be a point in the game late where y'all might foul him before he gets in his gathering shot and send him to the line?
Yeah, I would say, I didn't even know he was a 50% shooter going in, so it wasn't until maybe halfway through the first half, the second half that we were saying, before he goes up, foul him because he's not a good free throw shooter. He made some at the end there, but yeah, I mean we were saying foul him because we know he's not a good free throw shooter.
And last one here in the front.
Yeah, Darius, you guys started going or pressuring the ball handler full court, I think about halfway through the first half, and then started forcing some more turnovers and making them speed up a bit. Just how much did that, I guess, change the game for you guys, and how big of an emphasis was that?
Yeah, we was talking about in the huddle. We wanted to stop trading baskets, get some more stops, get some kills, and I feel like it picked up a little bit in the first half, definitely in the second half, and we knew they were a little shaky, so we wanted to pick them up full court and just try to get a turnover.
Awesome. Great, guys. Appreciate all your time. Thanks.